Yeah. Comrade Anand, respected senior journalist, Comrade Ram, my dear comrades and friends. I am extremely happy that South Zone of our General Insurance Unit has decided to launch a YouTube channel to campaign in defense of the public sector. To have a media outlet of our own has become very necessary today for two reasons. Number one, the mainstream media, both print and electronic, has refused to give any space for the working class views and their struggles. Secondly, 60% of the Indian population today are the people who are born after the 1991 neoliberalism policies were initiated in the country. And this vast section of the Indian population have been brought up and fed up with a lot of lies about the public sector, and an impression has been created on them that public sector is a drain on the national resources, that public sector is inefficient, and therefore it is necessary to dismantle the public sector and hand over the entire economic space to the private sector. This is a very strong campaign that successive governments since 1991 have launched on the minds and the hearts of the young population in India. And therefore, it has become necessary to reach out to these people, communicate our views, and inform them as to what contribution public sector has made for India to industrialize, for India to become self-reliant in so many aspects of its economy, political and social life. And therefore, this decision of GIEA South Zone is very laudable and appreciate you. I congratulate the GIEA South Zone for taking up this task of giving a voice for the public sector and to campaign among the people in this country, the vast majority of the people, the working people, as to why they should stand in defense of the public sector. Today, we must campaign and we must tell the people of this country what role the public sector has made. Public sector is necessary for more than one reason today in this country. And that also is what the founding fathers of the Indian Constitution have envisaged. Because public sector was not created because of the fancy of some leaders after independence. Public sector was an imagination. Public sector was a vision during the national liberation movement itself. And the national liberation movement was very clear that if India has to develop without relying for its industrialization on the advanced industrialized countries and has to overcome the pressures of those industrialized countries, it must develop its economy on its own and base it on the strength of the public sector. And it was the national liberation movement that said that the public sector must occupy the commanding heights in the Indian economy. And when the Indian Constitution was framed, there was a great place for the public sector, because the very objective of the Indian Constitution to give justice to the people political, economic, and social is based on the concept that the government must control the economic activities in this country. And that exactly is what Article 38 to 51 of the Indian Constitution talk about, that how the government must influence the economic activity, how the government must utilize the nation's resources for the well-being of the entire Indian society rather than a few people, and how the public sector and the growth of the economy must be utilized to bring about a change in the life of the downtrodden in the form of reservations and the other affirmative actions. And this, the public sector has done tremendously well. And today, when you look at it in terms of the employment creation, in terms of reducing the regional imbalances, in terms of reducing to whatever extent possible the inequalities in this country by denying the space for the private sector, public sector has played a very important role. And today, the public sector is sought to be dismantled so that the space which it is occupying can be given to the private sector. And we have already seen then with the policies that from 1991, this government, the successive governments in India have carried out, how the new economic direction has created inequalities and how enormous concentration of wealth has taken place in this country, with just about a few billionaires owning nearly 2/3 of the national wealth, while the vast majority of the people are continuing to live in abject poverty and deprivation. And if this rot has to be halted, the public sector must play a space. Public sector must try to see that the objective of just maximization of the profit, which is of the private sector, is curtailed to give the social benefits to the common people in this country. And this message, unfortunately, is not being carried out by the national media, and the campaign that is launched on the public sector saying that it is inefficient, it is drain on the national economy, has to be countered. And I'm sure that the YouTube channel that we have launched as the voice of the public sector is going to do this job to the extent possible and educate the Indian people, especially the younger sections of the population, to challenge the government economic policy, which is creating tremendous inequalities and a kind of social turbulence in the country. Secondly, we are having our own struggles within the insurance industry. We today see that the government which nationalized the life insurance businesses and the general insurance businesses, taking into consideration the obtaining situations then was to give guarantee to the insuring public and also to mobilize the monies mobilized by these institutions for the welfare of the common people. That was the objective with which the life insurance businesses were nationalized and the general insurance businesses were nationalized. Now, after nearly 70 years of nearly 6.5 decades after the nationalization of the life insurance industry, the government wants to privatize the LIC. And after nearly 50 years of the nationalization of the public sector general insurance industry, the government has taken the step towards total dismantling and privatization of the general insurance industry. I need not have to tell you what is the contribution made by the insurance industry, both life and general, to the national economy, to the development of a society to whatever extent possible in a manner which is fair and equal. So, but today the government feels that, as the Prime Minister has been saying, that it is not possible for the government to run the business, and the business has to be managed by the people other than the government, and the government can act only as a facilitator for running the business. And with this objective, the government has decided to totally dismantle the public sector. And in the last 2 days, we have been seeing the debate in the country on the issue of monetization of the public assets, where our roads are going to be privatized, railways are going to be privatized, transmission lines are going to be privatized, the telecommunication lines are going to be privatized. So the government has taken a very retrograde step of privatizing all the public services which are essential to give social justice and political justice to the common people in this country. Now, the question we ask is, why do you want to privatize the public sector? Public sector has done well. It has spread the insurance awareness to the nook and corner of the country, the rural hinterland. We have taken the message of the insurance, the social insurance we have brought about, which was unheard of in the pre-nationalization days. And even after the insurance sector was open, it is only the public sector which is talking about the social insurance, the insurance for the weaker sections of the population, insurance for the vulnerable sections of the Indian population. And all this is sought to be nullified by the government by privatizing the public sector general insurance industry. Let me be very clear that today it is a political decision of the government. And it being a political decision, because it has no economic rationale, the BJP always believed in free enterprise. BJP always believed that the state must not run any business, right from its Jansang days, when it opposed nationalization of banks, when it opposed nationalization of life insurance business, when it opposed nationalization of general insurance business. Today, when they feel that they have a control, total control, and a captive parliament at their command, it is possible for them to push their policies at the national stage. And we also see that most of these policies are helping a few friends of the government. And today we see the entire airports in this country is managed by one single company belonging to the Adani. And we all are also seeing a dangerous situation where the telecom sector, which is so very important, is going to be monopolized by Jio, owned by the Reliance. And this primitive accumulation of the capital, and then, helping the friends of the government to occupy the greater economic space has been the policy of the government. And that is the policy which is driving the government to privatize the public sector general insurance industry. The government brought the bill. We expected that the nationalization has taken place through an act of the parliament. The parliament debated it. Parliament said why nationalization is required. And therefore, this parliament also should have debated why that decision of nationalization has to be reversed. The government did not bother to refer this bill to the parliamentary committee or the select committee for a better scrutiny to understand the economic implications of the measure of the government. In the din, the government passed the bill, and the government passed the bill by creating a martial law. They brought the marshals from outside in the parliament to prevent the opposition from protesting and got this bill passed. But we say, you have passed the bill, Now the fight on the issue of public sector general insurance industry has shifted from the parliament to the roads and streets of this country, to the public court, people's court of this country, and we are going to campaign among the public. We are going to mobilize the public and tell them the virtues, the contributions which the public sector general insurance has made in particular, and the public sector as a whole has made in general for the industrialization of this country. But I want you to appreciate this. We had a position in our country which was divided, which was not agreeing to any issues, but on the issue of the Jibna bill, we brought the entire opposition together. And this is the biggest service we have done to the Indian democracy, bringing the entire opposition together on one space. We have created a greater economic space for the struggle, not just of the insurance employees, but the mass of the Indian people as a whole. And this is the greatest achievement that we must understand, despite the fact that in the general insurance, we are 60,000 or a little less than that. In life insurance, we are just 112,000. We have brought about a change in the Indian politics where there are no efforts to build up a broader unity of the opposition to confront the economic and political challenges that the present government is making. And that, to a great extent, is the contribution of the insurance employees, and more particularly the general insurance employees. Here, I would like to compliment the General Insurance Employees Association South Zone for the initiative they took in mobilizing the members of the parliament and bringing about a change in the approach of the entire political spectrum, where even the friends of the government, on many issues, they were siding with the government. Parties like Biju Janata Dal, parties like YSR Congress, they came together to oppose the Jibna bill. And that should give us the confidence that when we go to the People's Court, when we go for the mass mobilization, it will help us, and we will fight the government more at every step. No inch of the ground is going to be left unfought. We are going to fight. And in this fight, this YouTube channel that you have launched today is going to be a weapon in our hands. And using this weapon, we will mobilize the people, educate the people, and bring them to our side of the struggle to confront the government policy of privatization of the public sector insurance industry and the policy of the privatization as a whole. But let me tell you finally that this issue cannot be fought just by projecting the economic issues. This issue is political, and we must take this challenge as a political challenge. And we must campaign that unless we bring about a political change on the basis of an alternative economic policy, alternative social policy, and alternative political philosophy, whatever we do may not help us in long term. And therefore, today our economic struggle has become a larger struggle of a political struggle itself. And I am sure that the insurance employees, as the vanguard of the working class movement, will take up this challenge with confidence and move forward. And by mobilizing the other sections of the working people and the democratic opinion, we'll give a good fight, a tremendous fight to the government in power. With these few words, I inaugurate your YouTube channel, Voice of the Public Sector. Thank you, comrades.